Hardos, we're back. It's been a depressing last week or so after the Wolves got eliminated. Yeah, it's just a big sigh. Honestly, I know we stole two games, but none of the losses really felt close to me. But Spinny, let's hear from Jack right away so we can dive right into these NBA playoff games.
Let's get it.
Parties of Hardos, episode 129. Spinny, let's recap these semifinals here of the conferences. Last time we talked to you, Hardies and Hardos, it was right before game two of the Wolves Spurs series. Obviously, OKC, they swept, not even close. Spurs beat us 4-2. Cleveland came back and won that series 4-3. And another sweep. The Knicks swept the Sixers 4-0. Spinny, do you want to just start with the Wolves right away off the top?
Well, boss, it's tough. I better just eat my pile of shit at the beginning of this pod and just admit to the fact that I'm 0-7 in picking the Wolves in the last three
Isn't it
seasons
eight?
in the playoffs. Or eight.
Yeah,
Eight.
because we had three series the last 2 years, two series this year.
Yep.
0-8,
0-8.
Spinny. That you have to like. Is this a bit now that you're doing? You're like actually picking opposite of what you think is going to happen, just so you can keep this going. Because like, how can you not get one of them right?
You think I would do that? I care way too
No,
much
I
about being
don't think
right
you
to do
would.
that. I
I
care
don't think
way
you
too much
would,
about
but
being
I just
right.
think it's almost mathematically impossible to go 0-8.
It's unreal, bro. I mean, here's the thing. I'm like the weatherman. If you know what I'm
Oh
saying, it's
yeah,
going to be the opposite. That's just what it is. That's where we're at. Call me Spinny the Weatherman from now on with my
Spinny
Wolves
the
takes
weatherman.
because it's unreal that I can't pick a series. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Um, Wemby's unreal. That's how I'm going to start. He's just like he affects the whole series. And to be honest, after game one, the Wolves did not do a very good job of winning the minutes when Wemby was out, which is an
Correct.
unbelievably key portion to beating the Spurs. And then, like, it's hard because you do still have to challenge them and you have to go in there and you have to make them work and you have to be physical with them, but you have to do it at the right moments. And sometimes we did, right? There was moments of Terrence Shannon and Jaden McDaniels and Ant like doing good things. There was also moments of those three doing bad things, as well as consistent Julius Randle and Rudy Gobert making horrendous decisions with Wemby in the paint. So again, he's a great defender, and he affected a innumerable number of our shots, but I felt like the approach could have been more consistent from us as well.
100%. Couldn't agree more there. Also, I just think like offensively, we're just like very slow out of the ant doubles with our decision making. Whoever he would swing it to would just catch and hold. It's like, bro, you got to make that split second decision. If the guy's not there, you let it fly. If he's closing out fast, you have to make that 0 second decision. That's what we call it at Bethany, 0 second decision, because you need to be reading your defender before the ball even comes to you. You know what I mean? If he's flying at you with the closeout, that's a catch and rip and get to the rim. Maybe Wemby helps over, then you swing it to the corner, wide open three, right? Like you just catch, hold, survey. That's not what you want to do, especially against like excellent defense like the Spurs. Like if you just catch and hold and catch and survey, they're going to be able to get to their rotations fast enough. And we just did not exploit that at all. Like it was they doubled, and by there you should be able to just get something going, and it was just stagnant from there, which blew my mind because it's basically 4-on-3 after the double every time. You know what I mean?
And we could not. I would love to know our 3-point percentage off of that and double because it
Right.
had to be awful.
Horrendous. Yeah.
awful. Even when we did shoot the ball, it was like, holy crap, what is going on? And I mean, obviously, like that's the Dante thing, right? Like that's
Correct.
where he made a huge difference for us in that particular situation. But also, like we had so many guys in that spot, Io or Connolly or Jaden. Go take a mini. Just
Just take
drive
it.
off
Yeah.
of it, get in front of the guy, and take a mid-range jump shot. I don't
Right.
understand. Especially Jaden in that role
It's,
never
yes.
did that. Ever. I was like, what?
Yeah, I don't know. Like you've kind of hinted at this last pod and on the Al Travis show about like letting Jaden be the number two. Like, do you think since he wasn't officially, he was just being passive because in his head he's like, I gotta still like get Julius involved. I gotta try to get these others involved, or I don't know. He just played so much more different in the Spurs series than against the Nuggets. Like the confidence was gone. I get Wemby, huge factor, obviously, but still, like you got to just like play with some reckless abandon and just go for it sometimes. And we were just so timid, especially Jaden.
Yeah, I think that could be part of it. I also think like I would love to just be telling Jaden all the time, just get to the shots that you're really good at.
Get to your
Like,
spots.
yeah, like why are you like I don't want Jaden taking that three off of the Ant double. I really don't. Like if it's
No,
wide open, sure, fine. But like if they're closing at all, like either pump fake and drive or drive off the rip or like get some penetration and then make a good decision, which Jaden can do.
right, right.
But I mean, and this guy has had an up and down Wolves career. In my opinion, in the playoffs, mostly up until this year. Like Julius Randle just couldn't make a good decision to save his life. Like just could not make one.
And he got so in his head, man. Like anytime he would mess up, it impacted the next two, three, four possessions. Like we talk about game plan mistakes, not following the game plan. A lot of that I saw was Julius. Like, my God, the amount of times on there's a ball screen, he just say hug to his man, and the other guy switched under to switch to his man. It's clearly supposed to be a switch, right? Like one time that happens, okay, maybe it was the other guy that messed up, but the fact that that happened to so many times with Julius not switching to the ball handler and then get a wide open lane to the rim just blew my mind. And just like the lack of second efforts, it's like this is not the regular season, buddy. You have to have these second efforts in place.
Yeah, I mean, like it's just Julius like and on top of all those things, it was also the inefficiency that came with
Right.
that. I mean, like field goal percentages from game two on for Julius Randle 40, 0% from three, 25, 0% from three, 41 and 50% from three, game four. Game five, 35%, 0% from three. Game six, 12%, 0% from three. Julius
3 points, bro, in the elimination game.
12, 12, 12, 17, and three point totals.
This is our number two option, bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's just, yeah, it's not good enough, unfortunately. And I also think Julius, like you talked about, like was a bad body language guy for a lot of the Spurs series as well, which I feel like hurt the mentality of us as a team.
Yes, 100%. A lot of people, anyone that's like been tapped into high level basketball or coaching basketball knows the saying that you're either an energy giver or an energy taker. There is no in between. Spinning, I'm sure that even applies to volleyball. That applies to every sport there is. You're bringing energy to the team or you're taking it away. There's no in between. And that body language stuff feeds into the team no matter what, especially when you're supposed to be the star. You're supposed to be one of the leaders. You're a veteran in this league. What, he's like 12 years into this league now? 10, 11, 12 years? Like he's 30 years old. He knows better.
And it's not easy. I'm not saying that it is. But the
Correct.
easiest way to lose a game and lose a series as a team, or lose a, in my case, a match, in your case, a game, is one of your best three players or one of your most impactful three players to winning gets in their head and
Yeah.
comes out of that with a negative attitude, because then everyone else is weird and it's eggshell vibes and we can't like figure it all out. And that's not even the production thing. You can deal with a
Correct.
crappy game with a good attitude because you can find production from other places. But yeah, and I don't mean to dog on Julius. We're talking about professional athletes here, like, and most of the time, I think Julius has brought a good mentality to our team. It's just this particular series was really, really bad.
Really bad. And it's probably going to be the nail in the coffin of what sends him out, right? Like, I'd be absolutely shocked if he's on our team next year.
But also, like, that was kind of why we got him, I guess, was a movable piece instead
Correct.
of a cat where we didn't know if we could move him long term. So I think, like,
Correct.
this is kind of what we wanted with Julius Randle. He keeps our options open. He allows us to sign other guys. He allows us to make different
Yeah.
moves, and we can get rid of him, and it's okay. So I think, like, at the end of the day, this was kind of what Connolly saw coming and just wanted to keep his options open long term to get a second star for Ant, which, again, like, Cat looks good in New York, but, like, and Cat is the 2 on that team, but the 3 and the 4 on that team are, like, just so good as well. So I just don't necessarily view it exactly the same there for Cat. And Cat's had a lot of up and downs in New York as well. So at the end of the day, I don't know if it was a bad decision.
He's still doing his classic horrendous foul shit that he always did in Minnesota. Oh my God. I just watch these Knicks games and I'm like, Cat, you will just straight up never learn how to not foul 90 feet away from the rim. Or like just the dumbest shit ever. He still does it nonstop. In their game last night, just quick comment. I know we'll talk later about the series, but game last night, they were making this great comeback. He has the most obvious hold on Jared Allen, just holding Jared Allen's arm. And it's like, dude, that could have ruined the comeback. Luckily, they had another clutch three to tie the game, but like, just the dumbest shit ever with Cat. But yeah, I agree totally on the Randall points. And Spinny, the very depressing thing is game 6. How many turnovers do you think we had? We lost by 30 points.
I don't know. Probably at least 15. I'm going to say 15.
Yeah, you want to know how many turnovers we had in game 6? 5.
5?
5. 3 of them were from Ants, two off the bench. Julian Phillips had 1 in garbage time, Julian Phillips, and Terrence Shannon Jr. had 1. So basically 4 turnovers from our actual rotation players. That's it, and we got steamrolled by 30 points, bro.
They're a
We took
great
care of the ball.
defensive
Just
team, man.
yeah, we just could not fucking hit shots though. So off season, what do you want to do? Randall and Rudy gone if possible.
I mean, yeah, I don't think we're going to get rid of Rudy. I just don't see it, to be honest. But if we can do it, yeah, great. I just don't know what that actually looks like.
I think I think it has to be an Eastern Conference game.
Yeah.
Because there's not really any bigs over there, and there's a number of teams in the East that actually could use this rebounding.
Yeah. But, I mean, like, Boston Celtics would be a good spot for Rudy Gobert.
The 3 that came to mind would be Celtics, Hawks, and Hornets.
Yeah. But what do we, like, what's Boston giving us for Rudy Gobert?
Derek White, straight up.
I mean, I would snap accept that personally, but
yeah, but would you as a Celtics put your Celtics fan hat on now? Would you do that trade?
No, okay. I don't think so.
That's fair.
Derek White is like, man, I know he didn't have a good playoffs in the last season overall, so maybe this is the time you get rid of him. Derek White is so important to winning.
You'd also basically have to toss in another contract to make the money work there, and
yeah,
obviously White's younger too, so I think those are the main moves. I would build around Jaden, Ant, and Nas, try to keep that trio if possible. I guess the other question, Spinny, would be: do you want to take a look at Giannis?
Yes, but I just don't think we're going to have the best offer. And I don't want to give what it takes to have the best offer. Because, like, I don't want to give up Randall and Nas and Jaden. I just don't want to do that, personally. So, I just don't know what it looks like. Like if it's Nas and Randall and some future picks, like sure, I'm in. But and TSJ can be in there, but like I just don't see I don't see that happening.
The trade I saw, just a random trade on Twitter, was a three-teamer. I don't remember it exactly, but it was Miles Bridges and Jaden McDaniels plus a slew of picks going to Milwaukee, Rudy going to the Hornets, and then Giannis coming to us. I
Yeah.
think it would have to be something like that where there's another team involved because, yeah, like you said, like I'm not trying to give up three of our top five players just to get them.
No, yeah. So I'm in, but I just think other teams are gonna have better offers, truly. Like I as much as I would hate this as a Celtics fan, I think there's a chance the C's offer Jaylen Brown straight up.
Yeah,
Um and
might happen.
and I also think there's a world where Jaylen Brown goes to Atlanta. Atlanta sends, Dyson Daniels and picks and other stuff to Milwaukee, and Giannis goes to Boston. But I don't know.
I can see that as well. Obviously, Atlanta's got, I don't remember what pick they ended with, but they ended with a top 8 pick, so they could throw that in there. Let's see. Let's jump series here. Thunder Lakers, Spinny. You picked the Lakers, man. What happened?
The
Obviously,
Lakers.
no Luca, but you thought they could at least steal one game without Luca.
Yeah, I I was just wrong. The Thunder were too good, man. I just
Yeah,
I thought there'd be more from Reeves. I thought that there might be a miss. Like there just wasn't a misperformance. I expected a misperformance from SGA or AJ Mitchell or Jalen. Well, it's like nobody. It's just like everybody played pretty good and everyone shot efficiently. And it's like, oh, okay, well,
right.
that's So Lakers defense wasn't good enough. It was a steamroll of the situation. Um, but yeah, I mean credit to the Thunder. They're really good, and I overestimated the Lakers.
That reminds me of this tweet I saw yesterday or 2 days ago. Oh, yesterday about AJ Mitchell. People on Twitter are starting to call him the Austin Reeves merchant because he absolutely cooked Austin Reeves in that game and then went out and had like what 0 points or whatever it was against the
Yeah,
Spurs.
literally Austin Reeves merchant. That's so funny.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't have much. What do you got on that series? I don't have
just
much
very
else. The
quickly.
Thunder's kicked ass.
Yeah, nothing about the series, but very quickly, Austin Reeves, you keep him, build around Luka and Austin Reeves, or do you try to sign and trade him for a different piece? Because personally, I don't know. It's fun to watch. It's fun to watch with Reeves and Luka for sure, but I don't know if you can win a championship with those two as your backcourt. Just defensively, like you just get in such a bad spot.
Yeah, I mean, it's either get rid of LeBron or get rid of Reeves. Like, I just don't think keeping both of them makes any sense. And I think you make a good point about like building similar to the Mavs did with a bunch of 3-and-D defenders around and hopefully like getting Austin for some of that. I think again, like, is Atlanta the situation for that? Like putting Reeves on a team with a bunch of long, really good defenders, and Reeves can go get buckets, that's for sure. So I think like that is an option or something in that range. They just aren't good enough defensively with all three of those guys. And like you said, I don't think you can build around Luca and Reeves together unless you got some serious wing defensive depth.
Yeah, which is just going to be tough after Luka's contract, and then they have to pay Reeves this summer. So it's going to be tough after that, but we will see. Eastern Conference, Cavs, they came back, won the series. They were down 2-1, won 3 straight, choked game 6 at home, absolutely demolished the Pistons on the road in game 7. I guess the biggest obvious storyline coming out of this is Cade Cunningham needs a true second star, a true second scorer. Everyone in the universe knew that going into the trade deadline, and yet they still didn't make a move. So, Spinny, what's a player or two you could think of that you think would pair well with Cade Cunningham? Because they're going to make this move this summer for sure.
And first of all, I'm not paying Jalen Duren. Like, sorry, That man
Nah,
just right now, like I just wouldn't pay him. I just again, I think the biggest way to be bad with a really good star is to overpay someone, and he got outplayed
facts.
for a whole series by Jared Allen. And I just don't you can't Jared Allen's making 28 million. Like, yeah, I'd pay Jalen Duren that, but you pay Jalen Duren 45 million, cooked. So
Cooks.
I don't know.
Agreed. Agreed.
Second star is interesting. Now, I
Now are the Rockets sick of KD already?
yeah, that's definitely given everything that happened could be an option. Is
Trey
there a
Murphy?
is there a Thunder move somewhere to get one of those guards, like to get AJ Mitchell or the guy from Philly, Jared McCain, or is it Jalen Williams going big? Like, is there room
Yeah.
for that somewhere?
I almost wonder if you have to do if you do with the Thunder, it would have to be J Dub, I feel like, just because AJ Mitchell's getting $3 million next year. That's it.
Yeah,
Like roster management wise, that just makes way more sense to keep him and trade the big contract because J Dub's contract kicks in next year, in 40 mil next year. So
yeah,
I think it would
yeah.
have to be something like that. But
So that would be interesting. Is it like the Asar Thompson, all young guys move for J Dub? I don't know. I think those are doable. It's there's not a
just don't
lot.
trade with Sam Presti, though. That's all I'm going to say. Please don't do that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. Is Reeves the move?
It might be, right? Like he's going to be a free agent. You could just, like, I guess you could sign and trade, I guess technically would be, but they need somebody, and you could handle a guy like Reeves that can't really play defense on that team that can play
Exactly.
defense. So
You just need a scorer.
score somebody that can put the ball in the bucket. Because my
Yep.
God,
Because Jalen
oh my
Duren's
God,
not good enough at it. I mean, their leading scorer in Game 7 was Dennis Jenkins.
with what 17, I think, or something.
17. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just embarrassing, honestly.
I mean, yeah, it's just bad. It's just, and as much as I don't want to do this, I have to give a little credit, even though he shot 5 for 16 in Game 7. James Harden has been better for the Cavs than Darius Garland.
Yeah, we'll see. It was a pretty rough game one last night.
Yeah, I mean, he's
He had more turnovers than field goals made last night, which is a common theme for him in playoff games.
which doesn't surprise me at all. Yeah, I mean, even remotely, but
But I agree with you. Better than Garland, I think. I do think so.
yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, the Pistons need somebody though. That's for sure.
Yeah, obviously. Knicks Sixers, we don't need to talk about that. That was just a beatdown of the Sixers. And going into this offseason, it's obvious they need to try to build a future around Maxey and VJ. But they are stuck with that Embiid and PG contract for the foreseeable future, I would imagine. So
Bro, the Celtics are awful, man. That's all. That's my big take from this.
Yeah, you're right. I can't believe I didn't give you shit for that, man. Your C's lost to that team, bro. What?
I got no words, my guy. None. Cooked.
Oh God, that's embarrassing. Conference finals, Spinny. Obviously, the Knicks up 1-0 and the Spurs up 1-0. Which one do you want to start with? Because obviously both games were amazing.
Let's start in the East.
Okay.
And I'm
22
just gonna
point comeback, man.
unreal. Unreal. 32 to 18 in the fourth quarter and 14 to 3 in overtime scores for the Knicks. Pretty insane 25-point fourth quarter and overtime advantage for the Knicks. My how do the Cavs win this series? That's my question. How do the Cavs win this series?
Well, basically the recipe from the first three quarters, right? Put Brunson and Cat in a lot of pick and rolls and just pick on them nonstop. when it comes to crunch time, though, you got to find a way to get stops because that's like their recipe. The next to attack the Cavs, right, is just attack Harden. That's what they did nonstop. And I just thought the fourth quarter was just brutal coaching by Atkinson. He did not switch up his coverage whatsoever. Just watched them get burned nonstop. He didn't call a timeout until it was already a close game. He basically let them go on like a 10, 12-0 run. It might have even been 18-1. I know it was 18-1, and then they call a timeout. I don't know if they called a timeout before that run, even, for that matter. It's just inexcusable. You can't save your timeouts for the end. You got to try to slow the game down. And also, get to the free throw line a little bit. Donovan Mitchell, one free throw in the entire game. Got to try to throw off their offensive flow. And they just did not do that. They just lost their aggressiveness. They played like a team with a 20-point lead instead of just playing the game. You know what I mean? Teams do that a lot. That's what happens is they try to just get, they're a little passive. They try to punt, the absolute best shot they possibly can instead of just taking the easy look. Like it just seems like they weren't playing like they did in the first three quarters, and they were playing to not lose instead of to win the game. So I think, you just try to follow that recipe from the first three quarters, and then don't be afraid to switch things up when shit goes wrong, because that's exactly what happened in the fourth quarter. They never switched anything. They let Brunson just absolutely cook them.
Yeah, that's fair. I just wonder.
I just don't see. There's just no. And let me clarify. I don't think there's a way the Cavs can win the series. I really don't. I just think the Knicks are by far the better team.
Yeah, it's just hard for me. Like, we're not going to get a crazy amount out of Harden. We know that. Mobley
Correct.
has proved he can't score consistently in the playoffs. Mitchell's great, but who else is scoring? Like, you're relying on either Bag Fumbler or Max Strus or Sam Merrill to, like, score points for you. I just
Yeah.
wonder if that's a success for winning the series. Like, the way they win is, excuse me, is Harden playing better, but I don't think that's happening. So, like, it is what it is, I just don't
The
know if they
thing,
have enough scoring.
I completely agree. And the thing is with Harden, like they know he can't blow by them anymore.
Yeah.
So they're like just daring him to get into his step back three, and they're all over the contest because they're anticipating that the whole time. They're like
Yeah.
almost daring him to try to blow by him, but they know he
Yep.
can't do it anymore.
Yep. That's exactly
So
it.
shout out Mikal Bridges, man. He played that perfectly. He was one of the main matchups for Harden. He just like clamped his ass the whole game, honestly.
Agreed.
The
West.
the scoring, one last thing though, like you mentioned the scoring for the Cavs, that's what the Knicks do have. Brunson's not going, they can give it to Cat. Cat's not going, you still have OG and Mikal. You know what I mean? They just have way more scoring options.
Landry Shamet plus 25 plus minus. Josh Hart neg 23 for game one. Shamet was on for that big comeback run, not
Yeah,
Josh
it
Hart,
was.
which I thought was interesting.
Spread the floor a little more, just get more shooters out there.
Yep.
West, dude, that was man, that game one. That was the best game in recent memory. I mean, you'd have to almost go back to damn near 2016 game seven. Like, I'm probably missing one off the top of my head more recent than that, but that was one of the best playoff games I've ever seen.
That was a great playoff game. Again, I know, I think I said this earlier, but Victor Wembanyama is unworldly, man. Like, I know that's
Oh
the most
man.
obvious statement ever at this point, but I just, like, can we have better announcers for the next game of this, please? Because they butchered the 30-foot pull-up at the end of the game from Wemby. Like, they sounded like it was freaking Champagne making a layup in the second quarter with how they announced that freaking dagger. I just, that was a
You think it
great
was
game.
you think it was just like a bunch of shock? Like they just didn't know what the hell just happened?
I
I mean,
mean,
we're
maybe, but
talking
that's
Mike
your
Tirico.
job. Yeah, you're supposed to
Yeah.
make it cool. Like, and Mike Tirico's good. I just feel like he missed it on this one. He
No,
missed
he
this
did. He
one.
did.
Freaking what's his name? I can't believe I'm calling him what's his name. Sorry. Mike Breen had a missed bang. Like, it was just
Sam
not,
Merrill in and out.
yeah, it just wasn't hitting.
Yeah, that's fair, I think. It does look like game two is back on NBC. I don't know if the entire series is on NBC or how they do that, but I would imagine it's that same crew, that same broadcast team again tonight.
And Thunder playing 11 guys serious minutes. I thought that was
They got to
very
shrink that
interesting.
shit, man.
You think so?
Yes, play 9 guys. Even 9 is crazy for a conference final series.
So 9 then, you're not playing Jalen Williams, other
No,
Jalen Williams?
no.
So just AJ Mitchell, Jared McCain, and Carson Wallace and Alex Caruso. Those 4 off the bench plus your starters.
Yeah, I would say, I would say McCain slash Isaiah Joe. If McCain's not hitting jumpers, you throw Isaiah
Yeah,
Joe because I felt like that was the big issue for them is that they just didn't have enough shooters out there at points in
yeah,
that game. They were
that's
able to
fair.
just clog the paint. And you can see some still photos. There's like 4 guys guarding SGA basically because they're not even scared of half the people that were out there.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the Spurs have done for 2 straight series, 3 straight series.
Correct.
Like, it's hard. It's funny where we're at
Hey,
with shooters now.
make the comment, man. You know what I'm saying. SGA, the back-to-back MVP, played that shitty, and no knees Anthony Edwards carved up that defense way better. Obviously, it's just one game, so I'm not going to overreact, but that was very noticing to me.
Spurs have dominated the Thunder this way the whole season. So yeah,
5-1.
that's crazy. What was I gonna say? SGA looked afraid of Wemby too. I mean, like Nick
He kind of did, yeah.
Nick Wright said, I'm gonna steal it straight from him. Like SGA might have had the shortest run ever as the best player in the world
I saw that.
because
Like 15 minutes into the game, got a
yeah,
snatch from him.
because
Oh,
if if Wemby can do that for playoff series consistently, like obviously not 40 and 25, but like if he can be that impactful of a player consistently and play
right.
that many minutes, he's scary.
Yeah, absolutely. That game was just insane. It's just microcosm of what's to come. That dude is 22 years old, so he's not even close to his peak yet. It's scary to think what a little more weight and a little more maturity and just advancing in his game is going to do to him in 2, 3 years. But Spinny, before we finish this episode off, we didn't even give our picks. Who'd you have in the East Conference Finals and the Western Conference Finals?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Knicks in 6,
Same.
and
That's my
and
pick too.
then I'm gonna say Spurs in 7.
Okay.
This is
I'm
gonna
gonna
be a
stick.
fun series.
Yeah, I think it is going 7. I'm gonna take the home team Thunder in 7, but obviously it would not surprise me if the Spurs won it all this year. They have arrived, even with how freaking young they are. Their starting lineup was the youngest in conference final history in game 1.
Yeah. Also, one more thing to add too, we got to call out our boy Chet Holmgren because the
Oh
reason
my
he's on
God,
this
Chet.
team, yeah, I mean he's on this team to defend Wemby. That's what he's here for, and that looks bad. They were guarding him with Alex flipping Caruso for most of the game.
And that's like a lot of people in media were saying that they saw a lot of adjustments from the Thunder. I didn't. They just ran with the same coverage nonstop throughout the game. Obviously, it worked somewhat. They went to double OT. It's not like they got blown out.
Yeah,
But Wemby had 24 boards, 9 offensive rebounds. You're just putting those small guys in a bad spot. I say throw Chet at him, mix in those Caruso or J-Dub possessions, but throw Chet at him and then dig hard off non-shooters. Let's defend Castle and Dylan Harper, non-shooters right now, young guards. Make them beat you from 3. Not Wemby just getting the easiest O boards and over-the-top passes of all time.
Dylan Harper also ain't scared for a 22-year-old,
He,
which is or
he's
20-year-old,
fucking
which is
unreal.
he's I he
But 1 for 7 from deep, Dylan Harper. That's what I'm getting
yeah
at. You know what I mean?
yeah no, agreed. And I think, yeah, I mean, the Wolves showed that. Like, other than Vassell and Champagny every other night, like, the shooters on the Spurs aren't super consistent either.
Correct.
So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see how SGA comes back from this. Like, I mean, and not like SGA is going to have a great career either way, but this is really is like a career defining series for him for how good he really is all time. Because, like, if he wins this series, I really think they're winning the ship with whoever it is. And
Agreed.
if you're back to back ships, back to back MVPs, like, you got a real good shot to be top 10 all time, you know? So,
Yeah,
like,
you do.
I think, like, him being in those hallowed halls is a lot dependent on what happens in this series.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Well, Hardy's Hardos, that's what we got for you for episode 129. We will check back in with y'all early next week as these series go on. I'm excited, man. I want 7 games to this Spurs Thunder series. That's all I'm praying for. 7 games like that first one.
I want 2 long series, 2 good hard fought series. We've been waiting the
Yes,
whole
please.
playoffs for this.
Yeah, I agree. All right, Hardy's Hardos, we appreciate y'all. Have a good Memorial Day weekend.
Appreciate y'all. Hug your friends and family.